Hey friends, I'm Natalia at Mom's Dish. We are making Shuba today. Shuba literally translates into fur coat. That's what this salad is called. It's delicious. It's a little weird. If you have never seen this salad, you're in for a treat. All my Slavic people, Ukrainians, Russians, whoever else has tried this salad, you're in for a treat too because I make it a special way and it's yummy. Okay, ingredients here. We have some, I'm filming right now with my husband, Tim. You wanna show up in here? He's hilarious. He keeps on like making jokes behind the scenes and I giggle showing up in camera. Okay, so let's talk about ingredients. I pre-boiled everything. Well, potatoes, carrots, and beets because they just take a lot longer and I don't want to sit around here waiting. So beets, the way you can cook them is, some people use Instapot. Yeah, Instapot to speed up the process because they do cook longer. I just boil them in water. Some people roast them too. Then I have some carrots that I also pre-boil and potatoes. They cook much quicker. I can't speak. I have a giant onion here. I don't think I'm gonna use all of it, but I have it here because this is the size we have at home right now. Then a special one that not everybody loves, but I do think this salad needs it. It's so good, in my opinion. Herring. It's pickled herring. It tastes, so there's herring that you can find in grocery stores sometimes that's sweet. This one is salty. It is so good in this salad. If you hate it, absolutely use smoked salmon in that case. My husband says it's flavorful. I think so too, but some people don't like it. So use smoked salmon. Mayo. I'm gonna talk about mayo. You can use just this mayo at the grocery store. Whatever mayo you use at home is fine. I picked this up at the Eastern European market because I do think that my mouth is watering because I'm gonna eat herring already. But if you have an Eastern European market next to you, this specific one, I love for this salad. Okay, let's get to chopping. So I'm gonna start by cutting up herring first, and I'm actually gonna get a special cutting board and my gloves so I don't smell like fish. It's a smelly fish, so I usually will use gloves for this because it smells. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna start with onions first. And do you appreciate the bowls here? My enamel bowls? Yeah, just like grandma's house. I'm gonna chop up onion, and I'm actually gonna chop up half of it, the bigger half, because I do not need a whole piece, but you do need onion in this recipe. It gives you very good flavor. It adds like that crunchiness to the potatoes and onions and herring, I mean.
Contrast to the herring.
Yeah, contrast to the herring and potatoes. Like it really marries well together. Oh, speaking of ingredients, people add eggs to this salad. I don't. But if you want to add eggs, I'll tell you when you can add it, when we're layering it. Because this is literally a layered salad. If you have never seen this salad, it comes in layers. It's so pretty. Now place onion in here. Okay. So for the herring, I am cutting it up into little cubes. And I like them personally to be not too tiny because this will give me so much flavor. I want to move this out of the way so we can see how I slice them. So I slice them just like this. They're not mini cubes. What is this? 1/4 of a quarter cube? About that much? Huh? Half-inch cubes? Okay, half-inch cubes. Tim is better at measurements, so I trust your judgment, sir. Okay. Few things. You guys, I promise you, if you have watched any of our other videos, I have issues with our graters. I just bought this new one and it came off too, so it looks funny like it's broken, but I promise you, they don't like me. They break. Here's how I make Shuba. I get a plate. Most people make it in a deep tray, but this makes it almost like a cake in layers. So I get a flat plate and then I get one of these cake pans. Forget how it's called. Whatever this is called, you guys know what I'm talking about. And clips like this, gosh, sometimes I can't really forget words. Then I place them whenever it's clipped in, not clipped apart, but clipped together. I place it on a plate and then this is where I place everything in. I need to peel my potato. I'm gonna peel it and then what I do is I actually directly shred the potato into the plate and I don't need any extra dishes for that. So it just makes my process much easier. I just need a knife real quick. potatoes. I'm gonna peel it. It's easier to just kind of like scrape it off whenever it's hard boiled. Also, my family used to put herring in the bottom and then onions and then potatoes. I personally place potatoes and then I put onions and then herring. So the flavor from herring, oil and the fish flavor and onion kind of soaks into the potato. That potatoes don't have much flavor, right? So when you place them in the bottom and the fish flavor kind of soaks through, it just comes out so good, so much better. So I highly recommend then to do it that way. Just makes all the difference. Using the big side of the grater and just grating in directly into the plate, and then once I have enough, I just kind of stop. Okay, this next step, I am adding, actually I'm gonna use my glove. I'm gonna add this onion here. Wow, that's a big chunk. Just sprinkle it in, just enough to cover the potatoes. You don't want a thick layer, you just want just enough for the flavors. I don't even think that I need all this onion. Okay, that gives me a nice sprinkle. And then we follow by herring. So, and this is where you can actually go to town. Herring gives you so much flavor in this salad. And I feel like, so as a kid, I mentioned that my family would place herring on the bottom layer. You would see these angles like all around the salad because it would be digging on the bottom for the fish itself because we loved it. And I felt like that was the best part of the salad. And I kind of press it down because we want it to be firm once we remove this shape, like this, whatever this is. Oh, English. It's not a belt. See, you speak English and you don't even know what this is called. It's called spiral foam. It's not called spiral foam. You know what's funny? Once I get off the camera, I'm gonna remember what it is. That's what always happens.
Spring foam.
Spring foam.
Spring form.
Form, not foam.
Spring form.
What is it?
Spring form.
Spring.
Like a spring, like
Я поняла. Like sprужина.
prужина.
Okay, I'm peeling my carrots. I cut them in half because it's just easier to manage than a giant long carrot. And then just peel off the skin. That's all. Very simple. Paring knife is a key saver here. So now I'm gonna add carrots directly into the pan the same way as I did the other vegetables or potato. And so if you are wanting to add egg, I would add it right off the carrots. If you don't want to, carrots are kind of harder to grate like this, but that's okay. Tim is asking if I dice up the egg or I put as a whole. You actually shred the egg too, the same way. So all the textures have to be the same. The only things that you cube are the onions and herring, but like, or the onion and herring, but like the rest of it is shredded. Similar size pieces because the textures will stay the same. So every holiday I make Shuba. We literally make it for every holiday. New Year's, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Shuba is a must. Actually Easter too. I feel like we make it for every holiday. And this is how I do it. Just because don't want to wash an extra dish. What?
So I want to kind of like back you up and say, however you do it, you do make one of the best Shuba.
Actually, it's funny because all of our friends request my Shuba. Yeah. I don't understand why, it tastes different, but apparently for people it does.
I tasted so many of them. What I like about yours is it's compact, probably the way you're pressing down. I think it's layered a lot better. Putting herring on top makes so much more space because just like you said, it juices up everything in the bottom. And then just like, I think you're doing it right. This is a cool technique.
Yep, and it comes out really pretty. I'm gonna show you guys at the end. And the reason you do press it down because you want the structure to keep shape. Just like concrete you would, or whatever it is. Now for the beets, you definitely wanna use gloves unless you don't care and you're gonna have pink hands all day long. So I cut off the part where there was a root and then the rest of it is really easy. If you ever have peeled beets that are cooked, you just kind of squish them and the like top part comes off easily. Actually, as a kid, I remember peeling beets and this was my favorite part because it feels slimy a little bit. And the stubborn parts I'm gonna cut out here. Okay, if I was just doing this without having the hand pressure, usually I'll do it over the salad, but I already had this plate on hand. It's easier, quicker for the camera too. Makes a little less mess when I doesn't sprinkle all around. You guys, I almost forgot mayo. So this is actually when mayo goes in. You add carrots, and right after carrots, you add, I don't ever add a lot of mayo, and that's why I actually love this mayo thing, because you can just pour it out directly into the pan, but I add a layer of mayo. And when I think about somebody that has never tried a salad like this, the idea of herring and mayo together in a salad, trust me, it's yummy.
Okay, so I just want to be clear with you guys. This is still here. It's not there. You did have a little bit there that you scooped out because you forgot about mayo?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Sometimes that happens, but you put this on top later?
Yeah. Gotcha. Pressing this down. And the beets have juice, and that juice is gonna be so yummy in this salad. So we don't season it with salt or anything like that because herring is so salty already. So you don't actually need to season it. Now we're gonna add mayo on top. I just do a drizzle. You can always add more. Don't add too much because then you're not gonna know what to do with it. I guess you could scoop it off. And this mayo will turn all purple. I always let this salad sit at least overnight because I think the flavors taste much better when you let it sit. I like it a lot more the next day. Just kind of like borscht you do. I don't know if you guys ever made borscht. If you made borscht, or like chili. When you think about chili, it's always better the next day. Same thing with this salad.
So question, when you put it in the fridge overnight, I'm assuming it's a fridge.
Yeah, fridge, please.
Do you leave the spring form on or no?
Smarty pants spring foam.
I have to Google that.
Yes, keep it on. Also, I highly recommend wrapping this really well. I think because of the shape of this, it's really hard to wrap it in foil, or in plastic wrap. So use foil, that way you can really seal it. The smell of fish can really get into your fridge. So wrap it like with everything you can, or extra fridge. I'm gonna add a little bit of dill on top because I just feel like this makes it more Christmassy. You can add rosemary.
And I can see the mayo is already dyeing in a different color.
Yeah. I'm running my knife all around. We're gonna dig into this. So I like to run the knife all around so it doesn't stick to the pan. It might not come out perfectly because we just made this, but this is the reality check. Okay, I pull it open. Oh, not bad. Look at this.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
Look at that.
Wow, it's festive.
It's so pretty. Hold on, don't dig in. I need to take a picture. I'm scared you're gonna like break it apart. It's really pretty. I usually would also, you can put this on a cake stand. I have one of this. Oh, let me show you. I have this mini one. This is actually the size we have on the website that I use too. It clips together. I shape it. It comes out really pretty as well. So you can use them in many different sizes.
So if you want to do this small little portions, this is cool.
My mic is giving me trouble this time.
It's a funny thing. So a lot of people have this herring on the bottom. Your family does that. So when I would come over early on in our marriage and stuff, when I would come over, I'd see this.
Like at an angle. Everybody's eating it.
At an angle because everyone wants the herring because the herring has the most flavor.
Okay, are we digging it in?
Yes.
Okay, so top to bottom.
Oh, okay. Can I just go from here so that way I don't break the whole thing? It's not fair. You're enjoying it before I do.
Oh my. The sweetness of the beets, saltiness of the fish, crunchy texture of the onion.
And it's layers, so you feel it in series.
I don't know, some people like mix their food. I actually would slice this up into like pieces when you serve it. It's just so yum.
You always want to eat it in layers. Scoop it vertical, tastes out of this world.
So good, you guys, you have to try it. If you don't love herring, trust me, try it in the salad. It's so good.
It's amazing.
See you next time. Bye.